Hello everyone, welcome to Raga 3, the Carnatic Music Gateway. After a very long gap, I resumed this podcast journey with this 30th episode. Before we head to a new episode, let's go deeper into the casual words we use interchangeably. This time, I take the words ego and self respect into consideration as we see many people using these casually without understanding the real difference between the two. Self respect and ego are two important and serious words that determine a human being's personality. Self respect is majorly driven by self confidence, self control, and worth, while ego handles pride. Sometimes I wonder how people interchange words casually to put a person down. The ego is majorly driven by pride, which emerges from the comparison of the self with others. This leads to superiority with the feeling of being hurt. Self respect involves deeper consciousness of executing actions without disrespecting oneself during and after the execution. As John Maxwell says, a human being has two kinds of pride which can be divided into good and bad pride. Good pride is usually related to dignity and self respect, while the other pride, called the ego, emerges out of excessive pride in oneself and also due to arrogance. Ego is built up gradually by achievements attained materialistically, which poses one as the most superior person out of all, while self respect is accommodating people around you and also not letting the self cause any shame in the process. So, let's be accommodative in the world and be nice to people around us, but also ensure we don't lose ourselves in the process of making others happy. And let's also ensure that we don't be a part of misplaced usage of these words casually. It is not only incorrect but also hurts the other person as these two words are considered too powerful, which determines one's personality and behavior. On that note, we begin our 30th episode of Ragatri with a simple yet beautiful composition of Muthuswami Dikshitar, Siddhi Vinayakam Anisham in Raga Shanmugapriya, set to Rupaka Tala, which is a tala of 6 beats. This kriti of Muthuswami Dikshitar is on Lord Ganesha of Tiruvarur Tyagaraja Swami Temple. This temple is one of the ancient ones which brings in the heritage of the country, as Tiruvarur is among the heritage cities of India. Lord Vinayakam, who is also named Ganesha, Vigneshwara, Ganapati, or Pillayar, is considered the supreme deity who is the son of Lord Mahadeva and goddess Parvati. He is also named the elephant god, who is widely known as the remover of obstacles, that is Nirvigna, by bringing good luck into one's life. Ganapati is known as the protector and genius of Shastras, and he is also revered for Siddhi and Buddhi. Ganesha, as a Sanskrit word, can be inferred as a person who is a multitude of knowledge, where Ghana means multitude and Isha means Lord. according to Amarakosha, which is a Sanskrit glossary on names, nouns, and gender, called Nama Linganushasanam, refer Ganesha with 8 different names, namely Ganapati, Ekadanta, Vakratunda, Heramba, Ghanadipa, Gajanana, Dvaimatura, and Vignaraja. According to the Vedas, Ganapati is connected to the mantra Om, which is the supreme sound of the universe. He is personified as Brahman and he is Omkara Swarupa. Ganapati Atharva Shirasha, also commonly known as the Ganapati Upanishad, reiterates the true nature of Vinayaka as Atman, and the name given to the Lord is just a Namarupa. He is the Sat, Chit, Ananda Swarupa, and his nature cannot be described with attributes and properties. Ganapati Upanishad is considered the minor version of Upanishad, which comes under the Atharvana Veda. This Veda is considered to be the storehouse of knowledge, mentioning the standard procedures of life. This Veda adapts most of the verses from Rig Veda. Every Veda comprises principal Upanishads which form the basis and detailed analysis of Atmabodham. The Brihadaranya and Chandogya are the earliest primary Upanishads. Taittiriya and Aitareya are other early Upanishads which are in prose form. Kena, along with Katha, Isha, Shvetashvara, and Mundaka Upanishads are other primaries which are in the form of verse. Prashna and Mandukya Upanishads are newer when compared to other primary Upanishads. As said, Ganesha Upanishad is part of Atharvana Veda, which highlights the importance of oneness with its great sayings, also known as the Mahavakyas. Each Veda, Rig, Yajur, Sama, and Atharvana Veda has their ways of describing the identity of the self. The etymology of these words is characterized by the Advaitic school of Vedanta, where each Mahavakyas have their explanations and ways of declaring the oneness of Jivatma and Paramatma. The Mahavakyas of each Vedas are Tattvamasi is a Mahavakya from Chandogya Upanishad of the Samaveda, which describes the very nature of all the existence in this Jagat. Aham Brahmasmi is the Mahavakya from Brihadaranya Upanishad, which is one of the Upanishads of Yajurveda. Prajnana Brahma as Mahavakya is taken from Aitareya Upanishad of Rigveda. I am Atma Brahma is taken from Mandukya Upanishad, which is a part of Atharvana Veda. There are also principal Mahavakyas which are taken from the 4 Vedas other than the ones mentioned above. These are Ekam Eva Advitiyam Brahma, which is taken from Chandogya Upanishad, mentions that there is no other second thing other than Brahma. Soham, which is taken from the Isha Upanishad, mentions that I am the whole. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma is another principal Mahavakya taken from Chandogya Upanishad, which mentions that all of the Jagat is nothing but Brahman alone. Etat Vaitat is taken from Kathopanishad, which equalizes everything to Brahman. In short, this is that. Every Upanishad has a Shanti Patam, which is an invocation to the Ishvara himself to provide knowledge and good health, which are required in the Vedantic journey to realize the oneness of self with Ishvara. Since the Ganesha Atharva Shirasha is part of Atharvana Veda, the Shanti Patam starts like ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः तुष्टुबाहुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पते दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. The meaning of the Shanti Patam is: may the ears be strong to hear the auspicious teaching and the eyes to see Ishvara in the Saguna form, which is adorable and auspicious. I worship the Ishvara for a great lifespan with body and mind being steady. May Lord Devendra bless with great wisdom to understand the knowledge imparted, while Lord Surya bestows granting good knowledge through a guru, and Tarkshya, who is the Lord of power, bestows protection from misfortunes, which will cause a hindrance in the journey, and may Lord Brihaspati bless us with good health and lifespan required for this learning. After the invocation and the prayer for continuing the journey, the Ganesha Upanishad starts with referring Ganesha as the Brahman, who is an Akarta, not a doer, and who is also a creator, sustainer, and destroyer, and eventually the reason for the origination of the world or Jagat. The Ganesha Upanishad starts like Tvameva pratyaksham tattvamasi Tvameva kevalam kartasi Tvameva kevalam dhartasi Tvameva kevalam hartasi Tvameva sarvam khalvidam brahmasi Tvam sakshat atmasi nityam Ava tvamam Ava vaktaram Ava shrotaram Ava dhataram Avanuchanam avashishyam. Here, Ganesha is invoked as Ishvara to protect the ultimate truth, to protect the Guru who imparts the knowledge, and also to protect the disciple who learns this knowledge. Coming to today's Raga, Shanmukha Priya is considered to be the 56th Melakarta Raga. According to Dikshitar's school of music, this Raga is also named Chamaram, which forms the second Raga in the 10th Raga Chakra Dishi. The scale is
Sari ga ma pada ni sa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa.
the placement of the swara is Shadjam, Chatushruti Rishabam, Sadharana Gandharam, Pratimadhyamam, Shuddha Dhaivatam, and Kaishigi Nishadam. Let's explore the composition.
Siddhi Vinayakam Anisham Chintayam Yagam 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 Prasida Gananayakam Visishtartadayakam Varam Siddhi Vinayakam Anisham Chintayam Yagam Prasida Gananayakam Visishtartadayakam Varam Siddhi Vinayakam Anisham. सिद्धयक्ष किन्नरादिसेवितो सिद्धयक्ष किन्नरादिसेवितं सिद्धयक्ष किन्नरादिसेवितं अखिल जगत्प्रसिद्धयक्ष किन्नरादिसेवितं अखिल जगत्प्रसिद्धयक्ष किन्नरादिसेवितं अखिल जगत्प्रसिद्धमूलपङ्कजमध्यस्थं मोदकहस्तं सिद्धिविनायकम् सिद्धयक्ष किन्नरादिसेवितं अखिल जगत्प्रसिद्धमूलपङ्कजमध्यस्थं मोदकहस्तं सिद्धिविनायकम् अनिशम् चिन्तयाम्यहं प्रसीदगणनायकं विशिष्टार्थदायकं वरं सिद्धिविनायकम् अनिशम् भाद्रपदमास चतुर्थ्यां ब्राह्मणादि पूजितं भाद्रपदमास चतुर्थ्यां ब्राह्मणादि पूजितं पाशाङ्कुशधरं छत्रचामर परिवेजितं पाशाङ्कुशधरं छत्रचामर परिवेजितं रौद्रभावरहितं दासजनहृदयविराजितं रौद्रभावरहितं दासजनहृदयविराजितं रौहिणेयनुजार्चितं रौहिणेयनुजार्चितं ईहानवर्जितं रौहिणेयनुजार्चितं ईहानवर्जितं अत्रिराजसुतात्मजम् अनन्तगुरुगुहाग्रजम् अत्रिराजसुतात्मजम् अनन्तगुरुगुहाग्रजम् भद्रप्रदपदाम्बुजं भासमानचतुर्भुजं भद्रप्रदपदाम्बुजं भासमानचतुर्भुजं सिद्धिविनायकम् अनिशम् चिन्तयाम्यहं प्रसीदगणनायकं विशिष्टार्थदायकं वरं सिद्धिविनायकम्
Let's explore the meaning of the composition. Pallavi Siddhi Vinayakam Anisham Chintayam Aham Prasiddha Ghananayakam Vishishtartha Dhayakam Varam. Meaning, I worship Lord Ganesha as Siddhi Vinayaka, who is a distinguished and esteemed leader of the Shivaganas and who is known for blessing with boons to all his devotees. Anupallavi Siddha Yaksha Kinnaradi Sevitam Akila Jagat Prasiddha Moola Pankaja Madhyastam Modaga Hastam. Meaning, Lord Siddhi Vinayaka is worshipped by Kinnaras, Siddhas, and Yakshas, who are the demigods, and also Ganesha is celebrated in this Jagat, who is seated on the Mooladhara Chakra with Modaka in his hands. Charanam Bhadrapada Masa Chaturthyam Brahmanadi Pujitam Pashankushadharam Chatra Chamara Parivijitam. Meaning, on the fourth day of the moon in the month of Avani Masa, also known as Bhadrapada, Siddhi Vinayaka is worshipped by all the people in the universe. He holds the noose and prod and is honored by holy Chatra and Chamaram. The word Chamaram has a dual connotation, meaning a yak-tail fan, and also it refers to the raga of the Kriti, Chamaram, according to Dikshitar's school of music. Raudra Bhava Rahitam Dhasa Jana Hridaya Virajitam Rauhineya Anuja Architam Ihana Varjitam. Meaning, Siddhi Vinayaka is devoid of any anger and he is admired by all his devotees. He is also worshipped by Lord Krishna as Vinayaka, is also the one who is devoid of desires. With the advice of Narada, Lord Krishna worshipped Vinayaka to get rid of his disgrace due to the loss of Samandaka gem. Atri Raja Sutatmajam Ananta Guru Guhagrajam Bhadra Pradabadhambujam Bhasamana Chaturbhujam. Lord Siddhi Vinayaka, who is the son of Goddess Parvati and also the elder brother of Lord Kartikeya, has lotus-like feet and magnificent arms, and he bestows with good health and prosperity. I want to share some essential yet simple facts about Lord Ganesha. Lord Vinayaka, also named Omkara, is in the form of the Pranava mantra Om. Muthuswami Dikshitar, in his composition Vatapi Ganapatim Bhaje on Lord Ganesha, describes him as Pranava Swarupa Vakratuntam. The shape of Lord Ganesha's body is a replica of the Devanagari script for Om. The Om syllable is also known as the Bija Mantra. Because of this, Lord Vinayaka is known as the embodiment of the entire cosmos, who resides on a lotus in the middle of the Mooladhara Chakra. Lord Vinayaka, in the form of Brahman, is the reason of the existence of Jagat, also known as Vishwadhara or Jagadodhara. With such an amazing form of Ganesha, it is time we start our path to awaken from our dream state of associating and constraining us with the materialistic nature of the universe, which is just an illusion. On that note, We come to the end of the 30th episode. Stay tuned to Ragadri, the Carnatic Music Gateway. Meet you all in the next episode. Until then, take care and stay safe.